Okay, so for number 48 and 10.1, I would like to take the function y of x is 2 raised to the x plus 1 and decompose that into u of v of x, right? So that means that what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking there's a bubble, right? And somehow I go from the beginning bubble to the end bubble, and my result is 2 to the x plus 1, right?
Yeah.
And I need to make two intermediate steps. Something and something. Which of those intermediate steps comes first?
V of x.
You guys all with that? V is the first step you're doing. And then we're doing u to the result. And we're supposed to have, when we do v first and then u, we're supposed to get 2 to the x plus 1.
Yeah. And u is multiplying whatever you have by 2.
Ah, and they told me that u is multiplication by 2.
Which means that you should already have 1 x to the 1, x plus 1.
Okay, so one way I could do this that I think is maybe cleverish, so I'm going to try that, is if I want to figure out how to get from here to here, one way I could figure that out is I could go from here over there and then go backwards.
Yeah.
You guys see that? So if I start here, I'm going to start here at x. I'm going to go all the way to the end. That's going to get me to 2 to the x plus 1. And then I'm going to try to back out this way. I'm not guaranteed to be able to do that, but I think multiplication by 2 has an easy inverse,
Division by 2.
which is divide by 2. Right?
Yeah.
So what do you get here?
1x.
If you go from x to 2 to the x plus 1 and then divide by 2, you're at like 2 to the x plus 1 divided by 2, right?
Yes. Which is 1.
Which you can't cancel the 2.
Which is x plus 1. No? Okay, I'm right.
You
2
can't.
to the x plus 1.
It's,
So close.
it's not 1 to the x.
Just 2 to the x?
It is just 2 to the x.
Mm.
2 to the x plus 1, right, is 2 to the x times 2.
Yeah.
Right, because there's one more factor of 2 than x factors of 2. And then you can slash it 2, and you figure out that the associated v for this one is 2 to the x. You guys see that? And a check on that, right, would be, is 2 to the x times 2 equal to 2 to the x plus 1?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Cool. Good with that? Okay, same thought, different bubbles. So I still have my beginning bubble and end bubble, which has that x goes to 2x to the x plus 1. And then, which function did they tell me about first in this one?
Oh, because 2 is already 1.
Yeah, they told me that first functions multiply by -1, right?
Yeah.
And I want to figure out what the second step is. You guys good?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I start here with an x
You make it
and I make it negative, I'm out here with negative x,
uh-huh.
and then I'm going to do something to that, and I'm going to get to 2 to the x plus 1,
Yes.
right? You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what I'm supposed to get to, right? But if I actually do this arrow to minus x,
That's a weird step.
yeah, that's like a really weird feeling step, right? Where'd the x end up?
On
In the exponent.
Exponent.
Okay, it ended up in the exponent. So I'm thinking like,
And
all right,
positive.
thoughts? Maybe I do 2 to the minus x. Like if I do 2 to this stuff,
Mhm.
right, maybe my function's 2 to this stuff. Then over here I'd get 2 to the minus x. Is 2 to the minus x 2 to the x plus 1?
No, so you gotta do 2 to the x plus 1.
Crap. So I gotta do 2 to the maybe stuff plus 1, right?
Yeah,
But then I'd get 2 to the minus x plus 1.
yeah. That's
Crap.
Wait, can't you have minus stuff plus one?
Oh yeah, I could do 2 to the minus stuff
Yeah.
plus 1.
Yes.
And then I get minus x is plus x, and then this would check out.
Yeah.
So what's your u function then?
The u function is 2 to the negative x plus 1.
So your u of x is 2 to the negative x plus 1.
Rock on.
Good with that? That's a little bit hard. Like this one's pretty easy because you can like go out and then come back and then figure it out kind of. As long as you can invert this function, you're fine. If you can't invert that function, you're probably in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
You could also do this one backwards. You guys want to see how you would try this one backward? Like with that same approach?
Sure.
Okay, where do you want to get, where do you want to start, where do you want to get from? Like which function is unknown in this picture?
The yeah, v of x, the arrow.
Like this one, right?
Yeah, the second arrow.
So that's the step I want to know about. So another way I could approach this is I could start there with something. Wait, start where with something?
Yeah, 2 to the x plus 1. From negative.
You want to start over there, right? You want to start here
Okay.
and go there.
Yeah.
So there's another way to start here and go there, which is to go back here and then up and over.
Yeah.
You guys see that?
Uh-huh.
So if I could back out of this,
Wow. That's awesome.
right? So you might start with an x here.
Uh-huh.
How do you back out and multiply by 1?
Divide by negative 1.
No.
Oh.
I mean, close. You're right mathematically, you're just wrong philosophically. Multiply by negative 1, right? So you get minus x here,
Yeah.
and then you feed minus x into that function,
Yeah.
and so you get here to 2 to the minus x plus 1,
Yeah.
right? But of course that happened by going from here, not from here. You guys see that? So my function, right, is x goes to 2 to the minus x plus 1. That's your u. You guys cool with that? That's a little bit cheaty. I'm drawing inspiration from a thing called a commutative diagram. This is not, of course, a commutative diagram, but it works a little bit like one. As long as all the functions are invertible, it acts just like a Kohn diagram.